Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Generation Selects TTGS08 Tentakil, the final member of the Seacons. Yes, he is a squid thing. He comes in this box, at least if you bought him from Pulse, he did. He comes in this box, which is very Masterpiece-esque with the black and white, and well, it's just pretty much just logos over the thing, except on the back here you also got some copyrights and where it was made and a barcode. But yeah, inside, of course, is the Japanese box, which, yep, again, just like the other ones, you got the outline, the wireframe version of the toy, name, Generation Selects, 8 up, the grid work on the back, Tentakil up here on the top, bunch of, copyrights and stuff on the back, and here, warning. And inside, in the slip cover is, yep, just a good old brown box. Yep, just Decepticon logo, patterns all over it, logos, patterns, Takara Tomy, and then nothing on the bottom. And of course you open it, hey look, Decepticon logo. And Generation Select logo right there inside the lid. Except upside down, again, I don't know why. You also have the instructions, which, again, they're fine, they work well. There's a couple, I think there's a couple of weird things here and there, but nothing too major. And that was all the accessory instructions on the back, including, hey, look, how to make the sword for the combined mode, which we'll get into that in the actual combined mode video. Yeah. Tentakil. He is, again, a weird tentacled thing of some sort. And, well, kind of ugly. It's one of those things that's, it's so ugly, I love it. Yeah, big old, I guess, red lips, silver teeth, very sharp ones, yellow eyes, black right here, kind of that, I guess, pale pink salmon color. I think it's salmon. Yeah, very, more of a hot pink and blues down here. Yeah, all this stuff. A bunch of tentacles in the front. On the back, well, red and blue, and more of the very pale pink back here. Not much back there, but, there's nothing really sticking out, honestly. But yeah, that's him. You can also take the guns. The two blue guns here. The first step in the instructions is actually just straight up, hey, yeah, peg these on top, up here, just up here. Just peg them in. Just like that. That's what you're supposed to do. Don't know why, but hey, it kind of looks a little goofy, but that's the official thing, I guess. Yeah, articulation, not a whole lot really. You're not supposed to really untab these from the side, so just kind of use this ball joint, and that's one tentacle, and same on this side, although you can do that if you want, although that's part of the body, so it kind of looks weird. The legs can move forward and back on this joint here. Yeah, this is the sign that, this is a heavy remold of like the Moonracer mold from Power of the Primes. Very clever remold, to be honest, but yeah, it's still like, this is where the rear wheels were, for example, and now they're just the joint for the leg. There's peg holes on the inside of the leg, by the way, too. There's a hinge. All three of these tentacles can move forward and back on that hinge. And you have rotation on the head. Although, yeah, it bangs this out of the way. So, yeah, if you don't want to bang those out of the way, it's not great. And then you do have to, when you transform, these have to be kind of forward a little bit. If these are the legs here are straight, then yeah, you get that. And that doesn't look right. That's not right. You're supposed to do that, and that looks better. There you go. And storage for other accessories. The hand and the blade can also store, and what you do is there's two peg holes here, and you take this, whichever side the thumb's on, you take this and peg it in right here, like that. And then you take the sword, the blade or whatever, and just peg it in over here like that, and there you go. That's the weapon storage, and it's actually pretty clever because, it's on the back, it's out of the way, you don't really see it from the front other than the blade kind of sticking out, but hey, it works pretty well. Only thing is these. They can also peg in these holes. There's a peg hole right here. I did peg them in there before. It works just fine. I guess you can peg them here if you want to be weird. So, yeah, pretty solid little alt mode actually. Pretty clever reuse of that of the Moonracer mold and whatnot. And whoops, it looks pretty great. Articulation is not amazing, but it's an alt mode. You're not really expecting. I don't really expect a whole lot of articulation in alt mode, so I'm surprised when it is there. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and remove all the accessories because we're gonna go ahead and go to the various other modes. So we're going to once again start off with leg mode, and first things first is you take the mouth and chin and flip them up like that. You flip this down right here, so you can flip this peg out, or peg hole right out here like that. Take this part right here at the top of the head and fold it backwards, and these tabs will go in that big old slot right there. Fold it down like that. This will be in an angle like so. And then you bring this back up. Make sure it's at the correct angle. Bring this back up, and there's this little like notch thing right here that goes over the top of this right here. Like that. Bring it up like that, and then you bring this back down right here. Take the tentacle arms and move them down like this. Like so. Take the outer tentacles and rotate them like that. Bring this down and forward. Yeah, bring the foot down and forward. Don't accidentally misalign everything in the process, because that's really easy to do, and I'll get back to that in a little bit. Yeah, and then take the lower part of the arms, rotate them around, and there's a little tab here on the side which goes in these little slots on the feet. Make sure the feet and them are all lined up properly so that they actually properly tab in. Because if you move these up too high, it doesn't tab in properly. Like so. Then finally you take the combiner peg and rotate it out. Like that. And then you can take the foot, put it in the bottom, and the hand, flip out the peg, and peg it in the back like that. And you go, that's the leg mode. Might need some fine adjustment, but yeah. Okay, so yeah, the big thing here is, okay, one, this peg is really loose. I don't know what it is. I shaved down this peg on Turtler because it was kind of tight and everything. Here, it's kind of loose. I mean, by mine, it's holding. It takes a lot to, it's not coming out, but it is kind of loose compared to other figures. This peg's fine like every other one, but this one, it's kind of loose. And another thing is, because of the way this is a flaw apparently with the mold in general, which is it doesn't take much to knock this out of alignment. And now, yeah, it's all coming up. Then the leg starts coming apart like that, like when it's attached. So yeah, it's kind of that might be an issue. I haven't actually had too much problem with it. But it's not exactly secure. So just be aware of that if you use a leg, which you might, because officially on all the promotional materials, Tentakil is the leg. Anyway, there you go. That's just something to be warned of. So yeah. So going forward to I guess gun mode. Yeah, go ahead and take this all apart and move that. Let's see, which was it? Yeah, I think largely you do that, and then take these guns and they tab together just like that. That makes a new peg, and you peg it in right there. And yeah, take this and move that off, and yeah, it's gun mode. It's not complicated. And that's the one thing I do like. It's really easy to go from leg to gun, and yeah, it's not a bad gun mode, I guess. Not the best one in the set, but it's not terrible. I rather like it. And yeah, so that's gun mode. So finally, getting out of that, pull that off, reattach this thing. And then let's see, what is it? Remove the gun, untab this. Yeah, untab all that stuff, and then just move that back down. Then rotate this down, and let's see, I think move that down, and yeah, rotate this forward, or whichever way, for if you want the limb. I believe that's it. And you plug this into this pole right here. I believe that's more or less the arm mode. I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, and then you take these, actually, I forgot about this. You take these and plug them into, untab them from each other and plug them into these ports right here. I was forgetting something. Very shallow ports, by the way. Yeah, that's kind of what they want you to do. And then, yeah, you just separate it from that when you move that That's more or less what they want. So yeah, that's the arm mode. Yep. Or yeah, you peg them. Oop, I got pegged the wrong way. So me. You actually you want to have them pegged facing upward. I was wondering about that. There you go. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to use the arm mode. It's not great. I don't think it's just all this crap in there, and then it's a weird looking arm mode. I don't really like it as much as an arm mode, but there you go. That's the official arm mode. It's just like one of those things. Like I just don't remember the arm mode because like it's not relevant, you know. So yeah, that's the arm mode. Yeah, and finally getting it to robot mode. Unpeg that. Unpeg these. Put them off to the side. Yeah, straighten all that out. Move the commander peg back down. Rotate this around this way. Actually, you have to rotate it around this way. Lay on, tab this, and tab that. Move these up. Move these back out. And rotate this, move forward so you can move this forward, pull the head out. Like so. Bring that back, and then rotate this around. And bring it up and tab it in here. Move this back and down, move this back and down. Make sure not to accidentally move it too far down. And then, yeah, because these, if you move them too far down, then it just pushes this back down. Move these back. And you rotate this around, right there. Split the legs. Bring the feet down. Bring the arms down, rotate them around the elbow. Bring the arms down, rotate them around the elbow. Adjust the feet so it doesn't fall backwards. And then finally, take these bits and there's a double hinge and you move them up on the back of the forearm. Like this. There we go. And there you go. That is the robot mode of Tentakil, which, yeah, it's based on the Moonracer mold of from Power of the Primes. And apparently they intentionally did that. They made this guy look a little effeminate because the repaint that when they repainted it for Beast Wars 2, they turned the character in girl. So now they're doing the Generation Selects version of that as a repaint. They officially confirmed it now. He's going to be a girl, so that's why this character looks kind of effeminate compared to the rest. But anyway, it works just fine. Lots of pink revealed here. Hot pink. Lots of silver detail in there on the sides of on the abs, on the shins. A little bit of blue on the feet too. A little bit of blue revealed here. Golden face. Kind of a Decepticon-esque logo for the face as well. But yeah. Here are some of the flaws. I think those are green eyes. Yeah, but here are some of the flaws of the mold, unfortunately. Namely, crazy backpack which is really heavy and doesn't take much for it to flop backwards. You kind of have to do a weird thing to, you kind of have to do a weird thing with the feet to kind of make it counterbalance the weight of the backpack, which is unfortunate. The other thing is, there's a new thing, which is these shoulder joints are super loose and floppy. In fact, it doesn't take much effort to accidentally just pop them off the ball joint. I've several times already. I've already popped them off, just transforming and or moving around. They just pop right off. It doesn't take a lot of effort, unfortunately, which kind of stinks. So there's that. That's a thing. What was the other thing I was thinking of? Yeah, it doesn't take much to knock this stuff out of alignment either, because it doesn't secure like the way the old one did with the way it did before. So it doesn't secure as well. So yeah, it's this stuff is easy to knock out of alignment when you're in the middle of transforming until it's all kind of weirdly enough until you're all fully into robot mode. Yeah, it does look good from the front anyway. It just kind of inherits all those flaws, and there's some weirdness down here as well. Thankfully, it doesn't have to roll, so those tabs right here don't get in the way of the wheels. Yeah, articulation though. Head's on a ball joint, so left, right, up, down, although there's this platform as well, so that will probably move before the rest of it. But yeah, you got a little bit of movement up and down on the ball joint itself. You got a little bit more upwards if you use the platform there. You got a little bit of wiggle. So yeah, lots of range there at the ball joint on the head. Shoulders are on the ball joint, so you got, forward and back, although back is hindered by the backpack, although you can get pretty far back there and whatnot. Outward, actually kind of hindered weird because of the molding, so out about that far. Ball jointed elbows, so that also doubles the bicep swivel. So you got forward, a little over 90 degrees, and swivel outward. The wrists still can retain the thing, which is they can fold inward a little bit. The molding prevents them going too far, but they can move inward a little bit. So if that's useful in any way, there you go. Waist is on a swivel, unhindered, thankfully, completely free to rotate 360. Hips, ball joints so forward, at least, ball joints forward, that far, back, that far, outward, that far, a little hindered. And also, again, these hips are compounding the heavy backpack because these hips are kind of loose, which would make it even worse for an arm. These are, I think, they're the loosest hips on any of the limb bots for the set or the Seacon, so which means, so he would be terrible as an arm, and also just, it's kind of it's kind of makes it more difficult to counterbalance the backpack. Thighs, there is a thigh swivel there, although it's very up high and kind of limited thanks to molding. Knees, though, the knees are double jointed technically because of that. So there's that first joint, second joint here, and you can even use the entire second joint, down there if you want. Although this is the official knee, but yeah, there you go, there you go. And feet are articulated. There's articulation of the feet. You got a tiny bit of ankle tilt inward, a lot outward, which is largely useless. You got lots of forward and back as well. So there is articulation in the feet, so that's helpful, again, mostly for counterbalancing the backpack, which even though it's still easy to knock it out of alignment. Yeah, there's a Tamashii support port down there as well. Accessories, again, the blade, you can just, stick in the hand if you want. Gun can go in one of the hands. You can, peg both guns together if you want. If you want a weird, tall, double-barreled gun. I like to, put the other one just on the back somewhere. Unfortunately, this is heavy enough that would make things even worse back there, so I don't know what to do with it, really. But I guess you can peg it back here or something if you want. I think there's an official thing about that. Yeah, you can peg it back here if you really, really, really want to, but it's not great. Yeah, it's not great no matter how you try to do it. Yeah, now it's grabbed it, so it's coming off. Yeah. Yeah, same issues that the original version of the mold had, just back heavy as hell. It has those loose shoulders. Yeah, the shoulders are really loose. The hips are really loose, unfortunately. So those are two kind of big issues in of themselves. It looks good aesthetically. I think it looks great, but yeah, there's a lot of weird issues. The arm mode's kind of crap. The gun mode's fine. Leg mode's all right looking, although there's that problem with the peg for the foot itself is kind of a problem. Because it doesn't take much to knock it out of alignment, and now the foot's all wonky. So it does inherit some of the problems, but it looks good. So it's kind of one of those things. This final wave of the Seacons is kind of a really mixed bag. I think that the Lob Claw and Kraken are the best, and honestly, this should have been called Kraken because duh. But whatever, I didn't make that decision back in the 80s, so whatever. Too late now. Yeah. Again, this is one of those things where it's like, as a standalone, oh no, it's not a particularly great figure, I feel. Just inherits a lot of the problems of the Moonracer mold and adds more on top of it. So for $35-ish or whatever, it's really not worth it. Again, though, unfortunately, if you want the whole Seacon set, you got to buy it. But there is also the box set. Hopefully the box set improves stuff. I don't know. The box set, for Neptune. I think it's King Neptune or Neptune. But whichever way, that combiner, that should hopefully improve things. If not, oh well. This, I guess, will double as a review for that. These reviews will double as a review for that whole box set, I guess. Maybe. Yeah, it's not quite worth it, and definitely not worth paying way over retail like some people are charging. So just pass over it. Yes, I know it might hurt to just, you have 5 of 6. You can still make the combiner with that, but yeah, it's like, I would feel so remorseful if I paid like $50 for this thing, because it's just, yeah. That's the problem, is just, you need it for the whole set, but it's not particularly great. So no, if you're one of those crazy people who wants to get a standalone Seacon for some reason, this is not the one to go for. So yeah, that's yeah, I guess that's it. It's not really quite worth the money, but you kind of have to get it anyway if you're getting the set. That's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found this informative. Whatever. I hope you like, comment, subscribe. Click the notification bell. I hope you follow me on Twitter. I'm at Nemesis Prime 1. Got a Patreon. I got a coffee. Those are going to be at the end of the video as well. And I hope to see you next time when we finally do the whole set together as King Poseidon. So, till next time. See ya.